name is Jeff from 10X Pools. Today we're going to go over where your water level should be at on your pool, and then the breakdown of the filter, how to get it primed and running the very first time you start your filter. Right inside this pool, you have these screws right here. You want to keep your water level at least halfway, right in the middle of them 4 screws, right dead center, or to that 3rd screw. You never want to let your water level go down below this 2nd screw right here, because if you do, you're going to suck air and you're going to burn up your pump. If you get too much water up all the way to the top, you want to let some water out, at least down to this 3rd screw. You don't want this cavity filled completely full of water. And we're going to come over here and we're going to show you how to run down the breakdown of the filter. So right now the filter is on closed. Once the water level gets up to where you're supposed to go, right in the middle, you're going to put this handle up on the top of one of these notches. One of the very first things you need to remember, never turn this handle while the pump is running. It's kind of like running a car and putting your car in reverse at the same time. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure you're off, in a position off, before you change this position of the handle. Because you're going to do a lot of on, off to make sure you're not going to break the seals in the top of this pump. So what you want to do, put it up on one of these notches, open this bleeder valve. That's going to let the air out of the top of the tank. Water's going to fill through, force itself through, and fill the tank the rest of the way. We got water up about this far. It's going to fill up the rest of the tank once water comes out this little hole. And back here, then you're full. You want to close this bleeder valve and then turn this all the way around to closed. Okay? You never want to go back and forth. You want to only go in one position, direction, clockwise. So if you're in the closed position, you want to go just one position to the left. You want to go all the way around to waste. Okay? So never back and forth. So make sure you're closed. Once you get your electric ran and you're ready to turn your pump on, you want to backwash this for the very first time. Okay? So make sure you're in the off position, you're plugged in, put this over into backwash, and then turn your pump on. Out the end of your hose, you're going to put this hose right here on this backwash, run it out. The water's going to come out like a milky red color, okay? Because of the ruby sand that we put in here. It's a special sand that breaks down the clarity of the water as good as DE filter. So it breaks it down to 2 to 5 microns of bacteria. So it's going to come out a little milky red at first when you backwash it. Once it starts coming out clear, about 30, 45 seconds, maybe a minute, then you're going to turn it off, and then you're going to put it over under rinse and rinse it for 30 seconds. After you're done rinsing, turn it off again and put it over on the filter, and then filter full time. Filter you can run 8 to 10 hours a day is sufficient, but some people run it 24 hours a day, all day long, all night long. So right here is your on-off switch. Off is away from, or towards the pool, on is away from the pool. We do have shut-off valves, so that way you can turn the valves to make sure water's not going to come out if you want to clean the basket out inside of here. Again, make sure you do not close that valve while the pump is running. Turn the pump off, close your valve, put this over onto closed, release your pressure real quick on your bleeder valve, and then you'll be able to get into your basket here. And then put that back on, open your valve up, and then put it back over on the filter, and then turn your pump back on. For winterizing the pool, what you want to do in the winter, you want to drain your pool after you're obviously off, down just below your light or your return. This is a light that we installed in this pool. Some people have a light, some people don't. But you want a water level down just below here, and then you take all of your hoses apart, and then you open this bleeder valve, and then take all your, and then put this up onto winterize right here. Back behind our 10X pool side here is a drain. So you want to take that drain off and let all that water out. Let it drain for probably a week. Get all that moisture out of there from the sand. And then loosely put your cap back on for the winter so you don't have bees and stuff making a nest in there, getting in there. So, and that way you don't lose your cap as well. So that should be it for this one. This one doesn't have a chlorinator, so we don't have to go over the chlorination system. So they just have a floater that floats around in the pool. Thank you. Have a good day. If you want to give us a call, 10X Pools, 630-383-1667.